Henry County, Georgia is about to be invaded, and the Redcoats are on the move. They're here to secure colonists and their property for king and country. It's all part of the Georgia Independence Day Festival, where organizers say facts of our historical past have been skewed, and they want to set the record straight.
This is our fourth festival. Started this in 2000, 2001. After 9/11, we didn't do the festival for a couple of years. Had a small commemoration last year, and this year we're going again, Great Guns. And we see that there is a conservative movement in this country, and I think that's a good thing. I think that we need to remember our roots. We really need to remember the foundation of this country and what it stood for.
The reenactment traces the historic lineage of Fort Johnstown, New York, around the late 1700s. Settlers wanting to be free from the British monarchy were met with the force of King George's men.
I'm here to put down a rebellion. We've had a bit of unrest in the colonies, and I am here to make sure that nothing more happens of it. In many other towns, we have not quite taken to this American idea of citizens being well armed in the back country, and I thought I was ready for a fight. I was ready, but I did not expect one. I expected to simply remind people of their duty to king and to country, and to their loyalty to the crown.
Well, hopefully what we're doing is comparing today to the way it was when King George ruled. I mean, the folks couldn't have guns. There was gun control in 1776. The king could come in and seize your home and property. And again, that's one of the reasons I want to do this, is to remind people why we need to go back to our roots. Our basic freedoms are being usurped, and we need to go back to those basic freedoms before they're taken away forever.
Recent Supreme Court decisions with regard to eminent domain lends credibility to the comparisons. The only difference today is no one knows the difference.
Well, that's why we're here. That's why I was born in the Americas, soon to be hopefully United States of America. And the things that obviously we came here for, we seem to not be finding under the current form of government.
Everyone will gather in the village green now!
Why, it is indeed for king and for country, and for the betterment of the British Empire.
So there is need to change. And that's why we have Patrick Henry here in the fort. That's why we have Dr. Franklin. That's why we have General Washington. He's rallying the troops. Of course, I have one and the lone soldier of Fort Johnstown.
The rebellion wasn't the only matter at hand. This reenactment presented a first-hand look at everyday life in the colonies. Musicians at play, daunting authentic dress added credence to their revival.
We always enjoyed dressing up in the costumes and especially telling children the history of our country. There's a lot of things that they don't hear anymore, and we're trying to bring those things out. But we are trying to remind people what kind of foods were eaten back in the day, what kind of clothes were worn. And of course, you didn't show your skin. In fact, I'm undressed as it is because my shirt, it would be considered underwear, and I would have to have a coat on to be outside. Even though the weather's 99 degrees, you still had to wear a coat. Everything's pretty much authentic. We don't have zippers, don't have modern type clothing. We have a lot of buttons and ties and that kind of thing. So we're trying to be as authentic as possible.
Those attending the festival were privy to colonial conversations, issues, and concerns of times gone by. A living museum of American history from a plethora of famous naysayers.
I really think we need to remember what this country was about, why it was founded. It was founded by God-fearing men, and our children aren't being taught that today. And that's one of the things that we're trying to do here at the Georgia Independence Day Festival, is to especially bring children to remembrance of what this country was all about.